increasing.
All right. And I think that most,
Eugene next.
I think that most people, you know, with the exception of a few on the tag, agree that if the tier system is implemented in a way that will allow a private individual to own them, that meets the secondary containment requirements, the tier system may work. But if it's banned for personal use for tier 1, I think everyone's on the same page that we don't agree with the tier system at all. All right? I think I did the major points there.
I just want to have the major's comments and yours as well. And I've been very outspoken, vehemently opposed, violently opposed to the tier system. But I can change, and I have changed over the years. But what I want to say to what you're saying, is going to report to the two colonels, also what Tony was saying, that I need to see better language. I think the majority of people here need to see better language about a curriculum. You know, it says in here right now, if available. That's not adequate for me. That just totally puts me off the boat with the tier system. There's got to be some air in that tire, and that air is going to be a curriculum. And the guys that have put the curriculums together, Greg, Sean, and a few other people, to write a tier system, to write a curriculum for a three-tiered system that has so much fluctuation in species, where you've got species of different genuses in different tiers, it's going to be very difficult, very complicated, and it's something that can it be done? Yes, it can be done. But to get buy-in from enough people, to get everybody together, you're going to have that curriculum, and be careful with this language, if available, because if available tells me right now you're not bound to do it, so you're not going to do it, so you're going to go with tier 1, tier 2, 3. That's how I see it, whether I'm right or wrong. That is my reality
I know for
today.
that first meeting that a lot of this curriculum is already done, so here's the timeline. Draft presentation in September,
Okay.
okay? Final draft rule presentation, if we get that, you know, we won't get hung up in September. Final draft in November. Being in November, if everything, this is perfect world scenario. If everything goes perfectly in November, everybody's singing Kumbaya at the end of public comment, I see an effective date July 1. Okay, or January 1, sorry, January 1. So I think between now and January 1, I think that we can work with you all on the curriculum and be there. So that's why we kind of put it in rule as a placeholder, because we're doing the rule, and come the effective date, my hope is that or other curriculum as approved by the commission will be there.
Well, in all fairness to you, because like you said, you kind of got thrown into this, you know, cat box, so to speak, on the latter end of things. The original curriculums that were put together and presented to the commissioner back on January the 26th, 2016, was for a simplified system of standardization, getting everybody on the same page and doing either 40 to 80-hour curriculum. But then with the tier system, that's the first time I heard about it with any validity. And that was another question that didn't get answered today. You can tell me later where the hell did this idea come from. You know, I heard it came from another state. Well, how you guys came up with this tier system? You know, who impregnated the state with that thought process? So that kind of deflated some of the energy in the curriculum that these guys have put together. You know, I mean, everybody has worked, and a lot of other people that aren't here today have worked tremendously on this curriculum to keep it simple, both for the people in the industry, you guys and gals out in the field, and then the first responders. You know, that's my personal hope and dream that it can be done. And I think it can be, but until we start seeing more commitment from you guys working on that curriculum, whether we have a tier 1, tier 3, or whatever it is that we do, because we've got species that are going to be jumping around from different tiers that you're going to be learning with because of the uniqueness of it. And that's why I've been so adamant about just keeping this thing simple, you know, and just going with it. And Tony talked about it, you know, increased biosecurity, secondary containment. Let's not take points off the scoreboard. You know, I'm not saying that we shouldn't, you know, talk about a tier system or spend more time on it. I think we need to spend more time talking about a true matrix for the tier system. I'd be happy to share with you the matrix that we did back in 05, because it's a lot more than what we did today or for the last 2 meetings, because we committed more time. And I think it would really expedite and remove some of the fear and doubt that we could get out there to people. And I think it would also educate you guys and make you feel better about your commitment as an agency to the industry, so that we can, you know, like I said, you want to feel good or you want to be safe. And you can quote me, because I already stuck it on the supervision, you know what I'm saying? It's just going to show up, I don't care. But that right there is what gets me through these meetings. Are we going to go home and feel good, or are we going to go home and be safe? Thank you for your time.
All right.
I just got
Sure.
I just got a question. Is there any chance we're gonna get this draft rule before the commission meeting, or are we gonna see that commission?
I hope to tweak it again like we were doing on this round, and I know Gene expressed to me we need more than, I can't
36 hours.
tell you how much time it was, and we got it out before it even went to Nick's office. So,
We got it Wednesday morning.
yeah, I know, it never went downstairs to the first floor, so,
Well, he understands.
but yes, and we'll get it out to you as soon as we can. Let you put some more eyes on it after we have some internal conversations and write it up and see how it looks and work it through, and if they say, okay, send it out, we'll get it to you.
Do you guys know, I know it's in St. Augustine too, is there an actual venue idea for the future meetings? Not yet? Okay.
I think they'll be posting that soon, 'cause I just
Yeah,
asked that same
it will, I was
question.
just wondering, because people are trying to.
Yeah, and also, before the commission meeting, the PowerPoint and everything, the presentation will be on, before the commission meeting. So,
Draft will be there.
Good.
I'd like to put forward that the next meeting, if we can have that in Costa Rica, that'd be.
We really
I
buy
mean,
Third.
Well, it takes an hour.
Well, I might pay for my new friend Kristen's trip because like.
All right, are there any other comments? All right.
And again, I thank you all.
Yeah.
I know that, again, you know, the arms were crossed, but I
Still crossed.
know. But I really appreciate the time. I really appreciate everything that you're putting into this. And, you know, it's not easy. You know, it's not easy. It's a lot of work on staff, and I'd like to recognize staff for all the work they've done since the last TAG meeting. Really, I mean, I think Andrea's supposed to do something for me 6 weeks ago, and she just says, it's not gonna happen. She's working on better stuff, so,
Great.
I appreciate staff.
So, does anybody, hold up, just, I'm gonna dismiss you guys in a second, but is there any other comments? No? All right.
I feel for all the homework they've done.
Yeah, it's a lot to go, a lot to go through. All right, everyone, thank you. Yeah. This is the last one you're gonna see. Going back to Bears.